So we welcome you all. Actually, we are waiting for some few people to join. So until that, let's let me take you to our company. So what we are, how we are, what services we are providing. So our company name is First Academy of Blockchain Council (FABC). It's a product-based Web 3.0 company aiming to leverage the potentials of blockchain and build a future-ready talent pool to help bridge the skill gap in emerging Web 3.0 technology. We aim to educate and empower individuals worldwide with self-sovereign identity and digital wealth through a global consortium and our blockchain global skill exchange platform. So we revolutionize connectivity, connecting skill providers and seekers and foster a vibrant blockchain ecosystem. Our platform not only ensures career traceability, but also empowers the individual to prominently showcase their achievements. So this is a small overview of our company. So we have a lot of things on the plate that we need to discuss, but there are a lot of speakers, well-experienced speakers. They will just explain about the webinar, and also we will share some insights about the company. So this was about a small summary of our company. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Mukta. I appreciate the effort by the Gen Z team to bring the enthusiastic knowledge seekers from a couple of universities and also representatives from academic institutions, and especially the subject matter experts from corporates as how they look at each of the topic, which becomes a value addition for the knowledge seeker. So every month, since you organize one webinar to bring at least 100 people to understand a particular topic from the perspective of academic and also from the point of view of the subject experts. Thank you so much for organizing this to bring people together to start a conversation and also bring a very vibrant or build a very vibrant community. Thank you so much. Keep doing this, and we are more than happy to contribute. All the best for the session.
Thank you for your words, sir. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I trust you are doing fantastic. I'm Vishali, and joining me today is Mukhtar. We will be a host for the day. So, we have gathered a esteemed panel of speakers who will share their expertise on various aspects in the world of Web3. So, in a fast changing world, it's not just about learning things, it's about making those skills work for you. So, that's where skill tokenization comes in. It's like turning your skills into digital coins that you can use to get ahead in your career. So, throughout this webinar, we'll talk about how this works and why it's important. We'll keep it simple and easy to understand. So, whether you're a pro or just starting out, you will get something valuable from today's discussion. So, get ready to learn how to make the most of your skills in today's digital world. So, let's jump in and explore together. Thank you for being here. Let's get started.
Okay. Also, we invite you to join our exclusive WhatsApp webinar community. By joining, you will stay up to date with all the latest updates, announcements, reminders related to the webinar, including information about certificates and rewards for winning participants. Actually, we had a lot of perks here in our webinar. So to keep you all updated regarding those perks and regarding your certificates, so we need in our WhatsApp community, we need you all to join there and get all the updates regarding this webinar, post-webinar.
Also, get ready for an exciting opportunity at the end of the webinar. We'll be hosting a quiz to test your knowledge on tokenization fundamentals, and we'll be offering monetary rewards to the first top 3 scorers who demonstrate proficiency. So here's what we grab. So the first place will be having 25 USD dollars, and the second place 15 USD, and the third place will be grabbing $8. So this is your chance to showcase your understanding of tokenization and win some funding in your MetaMask wallet. But remember, to be eligible for the rewards, you'll have to pay close attention to during the webinar and ace the quiz at the end. So gear up and get ready to showcase your expertise. We can't wait to see someone who goes out on the top. So good luck to all participants.
Thank you so much, Vishali, for giving some insights. Uh, with that, we would like to welcome our speakers. Like we have Jude Anumudu, Justina Grabkowska, and we have Baiba Broka, we have Manjunath Vijay, and we have Anup Kumar here. So these are our speakers. So Vishali will give you one overview agenda of our today's webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Mukhtar. So let's have a quick overview of our agenda. What is tokenization and its role in Web3 movement? So today we'll be exploring tokenization, which is turning real-world assets into digital tokens on a blockchain. So, and the next topic we'll be covering is technology behind tokenization. Tokenization relies on blockchain technology and smart contracts. Blockchain ensures security and transparency by recording transactions in a tamper-proof way. Um, Standards like ERC20, ERC 721, they all help together to enabling interoperability and innovation in the ecosystem. And the next topic we'll be covering is tokenization trends in fintech, corporate, and education. Tokenization is changing finance, businesses, and education. In fintech, it's making investing more accessible by fractionalizing assets. So, and in education, it's creating new ways to learn and earn credentials, fostering skill development and lifelong learning. And the next topic we'll be covering is regulation essentials for tokenization. Regulations are crucial for token safe trading. They clarify what tokens are and protect investors by ensuring transparency and fairness. So, by establishing clear guidelines, regulations to foster innovation, we maintain market integrity and investor confidence. And the final most topic we'll be covering is education's role in tokenization adoption. Learning about tokenization helps people understand how it works and its benefits, empowering them to participate confidently in this emerging ecosystem. So, yes, so that's it for our agenda for the webinar.
Thank you so much, Vishali, for the
For
quick
the quick
overview.
overview.
So we
So
have
we
an
have an
exciting and
exciting
insightful section.
section ahead. So let's drive right in. Now let us turn our attention to the seasoned professional Jude Anumudu. And Jude Anumudu is a versatile professional from Nigeria, West Africa. He's an accountant and author, business consultant, and international leadership consultant with expertise in blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. He serves as a blockchain consultant, community manager for Takado, and Web3 digital marketer. Jude's international key note speaking engagements and commitments to empowerment highlights his dedication to fostering positive change and equal opportunities worldwide. So, over to you, Mr. Jude Anumudu.
Yeah, thank you for the invitation. I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes,
I'm going to be very brief. Thank you for, okay, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you, MPC team. Thank you, Visakan. Visakan is actually personally my close friend. And thank you for inviting me. My pleasure to be here. I know the time I have is too short. I'm going to make use of it effectively so that I'm going direct to my presentation. If you guys can see my screen, can you let me know? Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. I think I'm missing things here. Yeah, just give me. Okay, let me see.
Have we given access for him to showcase his PPT?
Yes, it's available, sir. So can you see the share button there, Jude?
Yeah, can you see my screen now? I'm doing that.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. Now we could see.
Oh.
Yes, good to go.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So I was charged to talk about transforming skills into assets, the role of skill tokenization. So I'm going to be very brief. So I have this outlined. We're going to be looking at what is tokenization, the importance of skills as assets. Okay. I also explain about the skill tokenization explain. I talk about the benefit of skill tokenization, the challenges and considerations. Okay. Then so right away, let's jump into the introduction. Now let's talk about skill tokenization. It actually means the process of presenting an individual skills, could be your skills, assets, sorry, it could be your skill, your expert, or your capability as a digital token on the blockchain network. Okay. This token serves as a cryptographic representation of the specific skills possessed by an individual, recorded and stored secure on the blockchain technology, blockchain ledger. Okay. That being said, now let's talk about the importance of skill as an asset. Okay, how can I convert? Let's say I'm a smart contract auditor, maybe a smart contract developer, maybe a blockchain researcher. How can I be able to convert this skill I have to an asset? In other words, how can I be able to convert it as money? Okay. Now, blockchain, number one, we'll be looking at the combination of skills. Blockchain technology enables transparent and immutable recording of various types of information, including individual skills and qualification. Most surprisingly, I've not really seen a couple of projects, addressing this issue of people, using the blockchain to. Actually, we have, but I think we need to do more, okay, on that area. By storing this data on a blockchain, it becomes easily accessible and verifiable by relevant parties. Okay. The number two importance is what tokenization of skills. Okay. Blockchain-based platform can tokenize skills by representing them as a digital tokens or asset on the blockchain. Now, like I said, if the project is addressing this issue, is not that famous yet. Okay, we need to do more work. We need to work hard. Now we have heard about Binance solving the issues of payment, the centralized exchange. You can trade there and all of that. But we have not really seen a popular project, that has the digital tokens of people, of skills on the blockchain. Okay. Now each of these tokens corresponds to a specific skill or expert possessed by an individual. Now, number three important is what monetization of opportunities. Monetization of opportunities. So once skills are tokenized, they can be traded, okay, exchange or monetized within within the blockchain ecosystem. For example, individuals can actually offer their skills in exchange for tokens or cryptocurrency payment. Already, we have this already playing out. There are some projects that you will work with. You will be paid in token. Anyway, this is a different scenario here. You offer them values, they pay you in their tokens. Okay. But the angle me I'm coming from is at the point of that a token will represent an individual skills. A token should represent your skills. Okay. Then let's talk about the number four importance of skill as assets. Enhance liquidity. Okay. Tokenization of skill increase their liquidity, making it easier for individuals to buy, sell, or transfer their skills across different platforms and networks. This liquidity enhances the marketability of skills and opens up a new opportunity for individuals to capitalize on their experts. Okay. Then the last one there now is empowerment of individuals. By recognizing its skills as an asset on the blockchain, individuals can gain greater control and ownership over their expertise. Now, there are really a serious challenge now at the global work level. Okay, it's also company tell you that they have equal opportunities for different people. But when you look at it critically, you see that some foreign companies, once they want to employ people from African region, maybe other region that way, they don't give them the benefits they give to people that they employ from US or maybe from European countries. Okay. They seem to treat people from the black nation, maybe Africa different. They don't give them all the benefits. Okay. But we believe that But having a project, that my skill can have a digital token. That way, we all can have equal opportunity, and I can actually have a total control of my skill sets. Not now that the company can employ me, maybe because I'm based in Africa, they will say, instead of them paying me, let's say they're paying something that's based in US, $5,000 per month. They say because you're in Africa, you are from a low country, we're going to pay you $3,000 per month. I mean, that is discrimination. That means they are the one controlling your skill. Okay, so I believe that with what I'm proposing to everybody here today, that if our skill can have a digital token, whereby we can have total control and ownership of it, we all can have that equal employment opportunity that we all envision and talk about. This is also applicable to India. If you discuss with some company, they will tell you if they employ somebody from India, it's much cheaper for them to pay them for their skill than when they employ somebody from European countries. They will tell you that European country guys get charged a lot. But if you employ somebody from India or the Asian continent, their fee, their skill fee is a bit lower than people from other continents. Now, okay, so let's now I will be talking about, is talent tokenization is a reality? Is this really a reality, or is this just a theory that I'm trying to tell everybody today? So how can this be practicalized? Okay, now tokenization process. A skill tokenization begins with identifying and defining specific skills possessed by an individual. This skill could range from programming language, proficiency, graphic design, expertise, or even soft skill like leadership and communication. Each skill is then mapped into a digital token, which essentially and a unique cryptographic representation stored on a blockchain ledger. Okay. Now, creation of I just explained the process of how we can do this. Okay, how our individual skill can actually be converted to tokens and it can be stored in the blockchain. Okay. Now, creation of tokens. So now, if I know your skill, what we need to do for us to create a token, okay, that can say, for someone that is a programmer, for example, for a smart contract developer, we can identify that token different. But for somebody that is a graphic designer, we can identify his own token should be different. It should not have the same value with somebody that is a smart contract auditor. Okay. So now we have to talk about creation of these tokens. Now, the last point there is ownership and transferability. Okay, once these tokens are created, they can be assigned to individuals who possess the corresponding skills. This token serves as a digital proof of ownership or certification of the individual skills. Additionally, these tokens are transferable, okay, meaning that they can be bought, sold, or traded on a blockchain network like any other digital asset. This is going to be a revolutionary project. I'm telling you guys. If somebody can develop this, they could be anyone, some project doing it already, but we could actually do more on this area because as I'm talking to you guys now, I can tell you that we have millions of talented guys, looking for jobs in the blockchain ecosystem. In fact, the company that we have cannot even employ the skill set that we have available out there. Okay, we have guys that are very good experts in their area, but there is no job. I believe if you can create a project that can solve most of all these issues, it actually reduces a lot of problems for us. Okay. Now moving forward again. Okay, still talking about skill tokenization, verification and validation. One of the key features of the skill tokenization on the blockchain is that it's the ability to provide a transparent and decentralized system for verifying and validating skills. So this is very important. So somebody is not going to come to take a skill. You have to verify before somebody can actually have a token that presents as skill set. The blockchain should be, the project should make sure that this particular individual, that 100% is very good, is an expert. That if you ask him or her any question that has to do with smart contract auditing, he should be able to solve that problem and add value to it. Okay, so you can verify and you can validate the skill set. So you cannot deceive yourself. You cannot come and tell me I'm a smart contract audit when I'm not really a smart contract audit. Okay, so utilization of skills token. Okay, once tokenized, this skill can be utilized in various ways. For example, individual can use their token to apply for jobs. Okay, freelance opportunity, participate in the decentralized talent marketplace, or even assess training and upskilling programs tailored to their specific skill set. Okay, this is very important. If you have access to this people, you can use it to the freelance opportunity, look for freelance job, look for job, and also participate in so many decentralized marketplaces. So whether you can find job for yourself. Now, example of platform utilizing skill tokenization. During my research, I was able to find Bit Degree. Okay, Bit Degree is an online learning platform that leverages blockchain to tokenize and certify user skills. So, guys, if you're listening to me now, you can check out the Bit Degree and see what they have in store. These are platforms I said are already, but like I said, this project are started addressing this issue, but they are not. I think we need to do more in this area. They are not a lot. Okay. The other one I was able to get online was also Spring Grow. Spring Grow is a decentralized professional network that allows individuals to create verify their professional profile on the blockchain. Okay. The other one is Celtic and Indoors. Okay. Check out this platform to learn more. If actually they solve these issues already. If not, we need to work hard to so we can get more projects. That will address the issues of our skill tokenization. Because I can tell you from my personal experience, I have a lot of talented guys out there looking for opportunity in this ecosystem, but there is no job. I believe, and these guys are highly skilled in their areas of expertise. Okay, I believe we can do a lot by creating opportunities whereby they can get opportunities, they can get jobs. Yeah. So I don't know if my time is up now. Benefit of skill tokenization. Okay. The other benefit I was talking about is increased liquidity of skills. Like I said, these skills are highly liquid. Okay. Imagine we have this in the blockchain. You can easily convert it to money. Okay. You can easily convert your skill to money. Okay. Accessibility to global markets. The beautiful thing about blockchain is that somebody can sit here in Africa and they can be working for a company that's based in Dubai. Or you can look at the Visa, his company is based in Dubai, and they have some employees that are based in India. Okay, for FABC now. Okay, likewise, somebody can sit here in Africa and I can be working for a company that is based in Germany or US. Okay, so the beautiful of it is what is globally accessible to the global market. That is the beautiful part of it. There is no really blockchain has solved the issues of limitation. I need to be in US for me to do a job to work for you. But no, now I can even work remotely. So it's globally acceptable. Yeah, monetization opportunity. I've explained that before. These skills, these skills you have. A lot of guys at the Web2 ecosystem, you cannot even monetize your skill. But we are telling people that with blockchain, you can monetize your skill. Okay. Even when you're not working, you cannot do a full-time job, you can make money with your skill sets. Okay. Incentivizing skill development. We have what we call the learn to earn. These are popular terms or popular something we can actually develop. Okay, even when people are learning, okay, they are still being incentivized, they are still being paid, they are still making money. Okay, so you can see why that these benefits are very, very enormous and more. Okay, so challenges and considerations. Okay, I look at the challenges and considerations like what we saw on the agenda. One of the biggest issues now, to be honest, that we are facing in this ecosystem is what the issues of regulation. So regulatory concern is a serious issue. So what is the MICA saying about global skill tokenization? Now we are talking about reward asset tokenization. What is regulation saying about it? There are serious concerns. Even a lot of guys are not willing to invest in crypto because it's not clear yet. There's no clear regulation yet. There's not really a global regulation. So regulatory concern is a challenge, in this ecosystem. Now, the second thing I was looking at was verification and validation of skills. Okay, sometimes these are also challenges. Okay, verify because somebody can come and fake his skill. Okay, on the ecosystem, but these are challenging. But we're trying to. I think with blockchain, most of these issues can actually be what solved a little bit. Okay, ensuring fairness and what inclusivity. Okay. These are the challenges that I've already explained that earlier on. You see some foreign companies, if they're considering candidates from Africa, they will tell you because you're from Africa, you're not going to have the same benefit from somebody from the US. I mean, so these are challenges that we need to look into. Okay. Now, technological limitations. Okay. When is the computer outdated? Okay. Sometimes, so now recently, some countries in Africa, they were having some network issues. You can actually follow some of the news from the African market. You see that some telecom companies are having issues for the past couple of weeks because of what internet issues. Because I think some of the sites that were destroyed were hacked. Okay, so these are a lot of challenges. Technological limitation. Sometimes people don't have access to internet. They cannot browse and they cannot do all of that. Okay. Now, potential exploitation. Okay, it could be a potential. Like for me, for example, recently I got hacked by some. My wallet was hacked by some scammers. You know, and they took away some money from my wallet. Okay, so there could be some potential of what exploitation, which could actually be a security challenges. So these are more is what we need to work on, and I believe this is good. So thank you, everybody. Let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate your time. Yeah.
Thank you so much, dear Jude. Thanks for your insightful presentation on tokenization, skill tokenization, and its role in the broader Web3 moment. Your expertise and the clarity in explaining such complex the topic, it made very easier for the people to understand how skill tokenization work, how we can monetize it, what are the benefits of skill tokenization. So thanks for your insightful presentation. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
So, moving on to our next speaker. Next up is let's turn our attention to the seasoned professional, Mr. Anup Kumar, whose track record boasts leadership in over 150 blockchain projects. Anup's multidimensional expertise, spanning digital marketing, technical leadership, and strategic consultations, has provided valuable guidance to numerous businesses. So, his ability to map technology with business logic showcases a rare blend of technical acumen and business vision. So let me invite Mr. Anup to decode. Thank you. Go on.
Yes. So thanks, Vishali and Mukhtar, for the brief introduction. A very good day to everyone present here on a weekend to gain some insights on skill tokenization. Very essential for any fresher there out in the market or for any seasoned professional to ideally take their career forward to the next step. And thanks, Jude, for a very insightful presentation that was put forward from your side. So really appreciate that. So I'm here actually to present today the technology behind skill tokenization, because as we know, FABC in itself is almost at the verge of releasing its own skill exchange, along with a tokenized LMS, which incentivizes and allows users to validate their learnings and upskilling through the platform in itself. So when we are looking at skill tokenization as a technology, so there are various standards which are actually involved while tokenizing skills on Web3, or as you term it as blockchain. So previously there were certain normal standards such as ERC20 and ERC 721, ERC 1155, where these were sometimes fungible tokens, non-fungible tokens, and a collaborative mix of both has a hybrid model. So ideally, there were some restrictions or limitations with how the skill tokenization was being done and validated on the blockchain. Because end of the day, people tokenize their skills, need the authentication and validation to furnish it in front of most probable partners and corporates to furnish furnish it as a proof of track record of their accomplishments and deliverables in their previous historic career track records. So ideally, in this forefront, there was a lot of maturity to be achieved in this space. When you look at protocols such as ERC 1400 and ERC 1405, these were all certain standards which are introduced by technical geeks who are actually looking at solving a mystery on how to additionally incentivize people who are tokenizing their skills, thus increasing their demand in the market. Because what happens is that each and every individual upskills themselves in various different domains and trains their expertise. Now, what happens is that next they would want to deliver or contribute to a certain product engineering segment, or on a management aspect, or on a financial segment. So to prove their track record, it was previously not possible for them to fractionalize their learnings and ensure there was a master contract which which holds the ownership of all these particular skill sets. And this was something that multiple organizations or multiple technical teams were trying to resolve. And also there are certain topics or use case scenarios which our very own FABC labs is also working. So we have termed it as a proof of skill standards, and we are ideally working on a gasless blockchain network, which will ideally incentivize all the individuals who tokenize their learnings and skills within the same blockchain network, thus allowing individuals to trade their skills also to fellow community members and all the other individuals without having to pay a fee as a gas for the network. So ideally, we are working on a solution for the same. I brought up this reference because I do know that there are various other entities also working on the same, because it is a complex model in which people are trying to achieve this tokenization of an individual. Because the most important thing is they want to track each and every core component of a historic data which has to be tracked and traced. And ideally, people should be able to add on top of these. So what happens is that, say for an example, if there is an individual who upskills on Web3, next the individual wants to upskill on AI, data science, etc. So how do they keep updating their NFT skill ID or the NFT CVs? So for this, there has to be a dynamic standard. And also, it should not be a limitation as in such platforms or tokenized standards can only be introduced on EVM compatible networks. So the future will be in such a way where there will be various other different networks which will introduce their own standards and legal frameworks in which these tokenizations will be done for skill sets and individuals trying to prove their track records. So I feel that the future for skill asset tokenization should be in such a way where the first thing is for vulnerabilities to be addressed. The second part is for hyper adoption of mass skills, and also for people to be able to update their daily track records of learnings. Thus, for it to become a cumulative scorecard in a gamified manner for an individual to prove their valuation in the market. So I think the end goal would be for skill tokenization to ensure that they are able to proofread whatever has been delivered from their end, and also for the corporates to be able to do that through the validation of historic data, which cannot be compromised on a later stage, and which cannot be edited based on what has been previously stored on the decentralized ledger. So this is what I feel is very crucial for skill tokenization from the technology standpoint. So I wanted to address this topic because we are working on various different use cases and for various different partners as well. So we look forward to this space alone maturing a lot in the upcoming months, and a lot of individuals will be joining such communities which are involved in skill tokenization and incentivizing individuals for upskilling themselves. So this is where I see the future growing towards. And also I would encourage all the young minds and Gen Z populace and also the seasoned professionals to keep tokenizing or validating their skills through any platform possibly available in the market. So yes, so thanks for giving me the time to share my insights. And yes, so I wish all the individuals present here in the session the very best.
Thank you for your illuminating presentation on the technology behind tokenization, Anup. So your expertise in explaining the technical aspects is clear, and you have explained about the various standards, their limitations, the challenges, and upskilling their skills on, EVM compatible networks. Well said, their end goal. So your wisdom and expertise have added immense value to our gathering today. Thank you, Anup.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Vishal.
Okay, thank
Now the time is for our next speaker, Justina Grabkowska, CEO of Bring Notations, and she is a visionary leader revolutionizing the notation strategies for 21st century, empowering individuals and organizations to thrive in dynamic and challenging environments through innovation, methodologies, and commitment to foster rational development. She will address tokenization trends shaping fintech, corporates, educations, offering valuable insights into the transformation potential of tokenization across diverse sectors. So, what do you, Justina?
Okay. I'm hoping that I'll be able to show my screen here. Just tell me if you see it.
Yes, your screen is visible, Justina.
Yes.
Okay. So let me just open this.
We couldn't hear you, Justina.
You hear me?
Yes, we could.
Do you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we could hear you.
Do you see my do you see my presentation?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, so hello everyone. I'm very glad to meet with you, and today is Saturday, so I do appreciate that you all gathered together here to seek for new information. So what is on me today is to talk briefly about tokenization trends shaping fintech, corporate, and education. And I would like to introduce you to a few issues here. The most important, I only have very short amount of time, so let me ask you if we do need it, if we need tokenization as a technology. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, were you able to see her screen?
do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. If we really need tokenization in education, that's the question that I would like to answer. As we know, that 21st century is an era of radical transformation, and our brains really do not comprehend everything that the technology and the changes in the world are bringing us every day. I see tokenization as a tool to help us to comprehend, and education is one topic that we really should focus on, because it's been abandoned for many years, and now we have a chance to deploy some very new and very helpful tools. So what is the background? First of all, we have education that really is based on what was created in 19th century. So at that time, we were still as people in the first industrial revolution. And now we are in the fourth, and we enter in the fifth industrial revolution. And the education really hasn't changed a lot. So we still have the same kind of class and the teacher relations. We still have the same approach towards choosing what topics we would like to talk about and learn, which is completely strange when we compare it to everything that the world is bringing us these days. So the second thing in background that we see is the geopolitical situation and disruption in our globalization system. We see that the disturbance that what we are seeing right now.
Sorry to interrupt. Justina, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I see that your slides are not changing. So could you make it the slides are not changing.
Okay, Hold on a second.
Or do you want us to share the screen?
Just
Yeah.
is it
Now
is
it's
it
clear.
is it visible now?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so what I'm not sure if you saw anything, like, did you see it? Okay, so as I said, the education, we're still in the era of 19th century. I said that, right now we have geopolitical situation and the disruption of globalization that also bring us a lot of changes in how we approach the world and how we approach our everyday life. We also, as a background, have immense mental crisis, quiet quitting, lack of motivation at work, and also in our everyday life is hitting us a lot. So, and mental crisis with the lack of motivation in entering the new fields and obviously the fear of new, that is very human-like, and we also should talk about it. The fourth thing is falsification of information that we all have to face every day, that we really don't know right now what to learn and how to learn if we want to approach something via internet, because we receive so many false information that are not base checked, and everything it's not, we are not able, really, a single person is not able to comprehend, is not able to check the facts, is not able to see if it's fake news or not. Next thing that we really need to talk about is the new business models that our corporations, and not only corporations, but also small companies, small firms, that they really have to change, and they will change very soon if they're not doing it right now, change their model of creating and conducting the business. We see that employees are, the role of the employees changing a lot, and we see that what we created in 19th century, an employee who is being just a tool for a company, and the company is not really taking care of the employee, of the employee's mental state and so on, has to change. And we see that the potential of any business development and creation is based on the employees right now. So that's another thing that we need to discuss. Another thing is money definition, that we are seeing right now, that not only fiat as a base that we are changing, but also everything that requires our digital money, and also all the transactions that are being held right now in the system, in the Web3 system as well. We also that's the global discussion, how to approach this issue. We see a lot of people being afraid of the changes in the monetary system, but this is something that will be an issue for next few years to come. Next one is the integration of technology and emerging tech. So integration of technology shows that we are able to combine the different systems of technologies right now, and the creation of completely new tools, completely out of the box thinking, is something that makes this time really creative and give us the very helpful tools. Eighth, that I really need to talk about, and just to point, is diversity, neurodiversity, and demography. Diversity, as we discuss right now, obviously, we're not really going deep into it, looking at this from the educational standpoint. neurodiversity, how our brains work during our education system, that not everyone is learning in the same way, and we have to take it into consideration. And demography as well, that not only young people want and have to learn, but also adults and also people in their 60s, 70s, 80s. They want to acquire new knowledge, new skills, and they have to be considered and taught in a different way. And it's also something as a background for tokenization, very immense and very important. And then the last one from the list right now is the access to education, that we know that generations, as I just said, have different requirements, but also price of the education, geo-exclusivity, as I call it, that not everyone is able to receive the same whatever needs they have. Obviously, we have exclusivity depending on the price of the education. So right now we know that the tokenization is a tool, and I would like to focus on the trends that we are now that in front of us. Obviously, as Jude and Anup said about the technical part of the tokenization, I'm not going to repeat that. But in education, that as I said, it's very new, and we still are at the very beginning of this journey, exciting journey. The process of converting assets such as educational content, credentials, achievements into digital tokens are going to be not only needed, but we will have to have it very soon due to whatever is happening and changing in the world right now. So we know that the tokens are secured by blockchain, obviously, and everything, all of this allows them to be verifiable, stored, transferred, transparent, and integrated. And we can talk about it in comparison to paper PDF credentials. So everything what's been happening for many, many years, now it's introduced to a completely different technology. So whatever we know about education through tokenization will change. So first trend that I see, and not only me, but I think that's very important, is a need for sharing and verifying education and business achievements on our own terms. And not only us as employees or us as employers, everybody wants to have it in their own way. So if there is a small company, they will do it in a different way. If there is an employee, she or he can do it in a different way. If there is a corporation, huge corporation with thousands of people, they will do it in a different way. And the tokenization is allowing all of us to choose our own way. The second trend is that we need that our need for having a full control and ownership of our credentials. We choose what to share and who to share it to and with. It's important also in a system of acquiring choosing our business path and how to create our educational system for individual choices. The third thing is we need to our need for changing a way that education is provided. So, as I said, with the crisis, the mental crisis, we need to have different ways, for example, gamification, earning awards, tokens, interactions, social interactions within people, within the communities, also between people. And that's really important. And tokenization is a perfect tool to allow to do it. So through tokenization, we will be working on motivation of people, inspiring them to choose a way of acquiring knowledge as it's most exciting for them. The fourth need is a need for valuable education content. The teacher's verification. That's something that we all suffer from or have suffered from at least once in our lifetime. We know that not every teacher, every education provider person is a perfect one, but with tokenization, we'll be able to not only verify, but also compare teachers with like showing us and checking their disposition and also their knowledge. And no matter in which country this person is from, we'll be able to source the information via tokenization. The fifth trend that I would like to discuss is democratization of providing and receiving the knowledge for skills building. That's I just mentioned that we will right now have such a huge reach, and we will not only be we will not only seek information from our countries, from the teachers from our countries, and not only seeking information from YouTube or such platforms, but we'll be able to contact precisely the person who we need at this particular moment for this particular project. It will be very quick, it will be very precise, which will give us huge upside, and also will save a lot of time and money. Sixth one is need for expanding the IP micropayments. This is what we could discuss for hours right now, because micropayments for creators, for book creators, video content creators, article creators, and so on, we will be able to micropay for even one page if we need. So this is something that completely will be a like full revolution in our system. If someone creates something and a few people find it interesting and will be able to quickly pay for it, it will completely change the dynamic of our education, and also the system of how to be involved in all this, how to appreciate that someone is really putting an effort in creation a content that it's needed for us. Micropayments are obviously flexible and effective and reducing cost systems. And I would like to stress that this is not only from person to person, from human to human, but it's also from business to human and from business to business. So we will be also, so let's imagine the situation that our businesses will have we'll have the wallets, and they will pay with micropayments almost every day to single person somewhere in the other side of the country or other side of the world. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be next level. It's going to be something that we still do not comprehend, but I'm really looking forward to see it. Eighth one is the tokens and AI, obviously, and machine learning that creates a possibility to personalize learning experience in real-time feedback and so on. So tokens with AI are giving us completely new universe, because AI will help us to, with tokens, with tokenization, to design a very personalized system for individual. So that's going to be something that will focus solely on the person, the ability of the person, the other skills that the person receives, and other skills that the person has, and the real-time validation of and also the real-time feedback. It's going to be absolutely a game changer. And the last trend that I want to discuss is the motivation for personal aspiration, professional development, and career advancement and global teamwork. So as I said previously, motivation is something that we really need to work on. And we know that if we collect the team, if we want to attract team to our companies, no matter if they're small or big, we need to be really precise in who we're looking for and how do we want to work with this person. So with tokenization, AI, and machine learning, we'll be able to be very precise and very quick in finding exact talents, and also upskilling them to our teams and to our projects. But obviously, we have to, at the end, I need to address also an elephant in the room, the challenges that we have. And challenges are immense, and they're growing. First of all, we have huge investments in tech for huge systems of tokenizations. We have also the data security and data privacy problem. Every country has its own system. Obviously, we have if you're in European Union, we have a bit different, more obviously more strict, as you know, laws about that. But anyway, we have to think about it and we have to take it into consideration. Another challenge is the new cross companies protocols creation. That if we want to think that company will exchange people and also share people, share their skills, share their knowledge, we need to know and we need to be sure that the companies have the protocols, that the new protocols of of cooperation with each other, which is really important and really new since we have the system that corporations in many cases compete with each other. Standardization of state laws and procedures, as I said previously, is something that we face. And as with other technologies, other emerging technologies, we need to be very careful, and it will take time to convince states that it's secured and it's needed. And also, last but not least, convincing people to the new systems, because we know, as I said at the very beginning, our brains are not created to be able to comprehend such changes in such a short amount of time. So we have the fear and new, anything that it's so new. It's brings with this new technology a lot of fear, a lot of potential problems in implementing it. Okay, even though we have challenges in front of us, we still have a lot of upside, and we still have huge potential and huge possibility to change the world. So yes, we really need tokenization in education, and I hope you agree with me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Justina. We extend our heartfelt gratitude for your enlightening presentation on tokenization trends shaping fintech, corporates, and education. As you have just given us a huge light over how we can reshape the education system across the globe. So how new trends can be enhanced and how we can monetize the education which we are providing or which we are getting. So this was very much helpful, insights given by from your end, and you also gave us insights about how we can get that use IP micropayments and micropayments for monetize the education which we are providing. So thank you for your insights. Thank you so much. So thank you for sharing your knowledge with us.
Okay, so moving on, we have the distinguished next speaker, Ms. Baiba Broca, a legal advisor extraordinaire in the realm of digital assets and fintech projects. She plays a vital role in navigating the intricate legal landscapes of rapidly evolving the digital asset sector. Her expertise and strategic counsel contribute significantly to the success and complaints of ventures in this industry. So let's invite Baiba Broka to share her thoughts on regulation essentials for tokenization. Over to you, Baiba.
Hello to everyone. So hope you can hear me very well. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes. So thank you already for the previous presentations. It's very interesting, of course, and from different angles to look at this great opportunity what blockchain technology is bringing to the markets. And I'm invited today to talk about a little bit another aspect of all the tokenization of all kind of real life assets, and which relates to the legal challenges and regulations which comes together with this great opportunity of tokenization. And of course, if you look at all these benefits, which was already mentioned of tokenization assets, it's also very significant to acknowledge that this process also presents a complex area of different legal challenges. And of course, as every new phenomenon, tokenization also operates in this area, where it is fragmented legal frameworks in place in many countries and in many systems, but still there are so many missing points when we want to precisely define and regulate all the procedures which involves tokenization. And of course, all these gaps creates this quite difficult landscape, where you have to somehow to use existing laws and also to apply them for these new challenges. From this regulatory uncertainty, which is the first and biggest challenge, because as I mentioned, only few countries in last years have managed to adopt the systems of the private law, which is very important when we talk about the proprietary rights to the assets. And when we talk, for example, of the real estate or car or any tangible thing, so which we are buying in a store, so it's very easy to understand and to define in which moment we become owners of the particular thing. But when we talk about digital asset, which is NFTs or whatever, all kind of tokenized asset as well. So there is also not only technological, but also more even a legal challenge to define how to define precisely what we are owning. And how can we prove to the third party that I am owner of this particular digital asset? So what I mean also that, definition of the digital asset, recognition of the digital asset to being an object of the property of something that we can own is very important. And in many countries, of course, there's still, this ongoing debate how to modernize existing proprietary rights regarding to digital asset regulation. And as it was mentioned in the introduction, I represent this international intergovernmental organization, UNIDROIT, which is Institute for Adopting International Conventions and guidelines and model laws related to the business transactions. So last year, 12th of May 2023, we adopted new guidelines document called the UNIDROIT Principles on Digital Assets and Private Law. And this is actually the aim of this document was to give a guidelines for national legislators to update and modernize existing proprietary rights in each country. And the most important, the first principle was that each country has to recognize and law saying that digital asset can be the object of property. And this is something is very important, so if you look at these ongoing debates. And also it comes together with all the other very important aspects of the right of control, right of transformation and custody of the digital assets, who has the right to control digital asset, who can be custodian of the digital asset, how can any third party can acknowledge and see who is the custodian of the digital asset. And of course, if you talk about these small, very technical and legal aspects, we realize how important also it is to regulate it. The next big group of the challenges I would like to mention from the legal perspective is applicable law to all the transactions involved of the tokenized assets. Since blockchain is such a unique technology which has actually no legal, geographical or physical borders, so everyone can access blockchain, that only what you need is computer and Wi-Fi, internet, so working. So it also comes, it's a great opportunity, so from the user's point of view, but from legal point of view, it's a challenge. If some transaction happens, how to detect which country's law will be applicable to the transaction. If everything goes okay and both parties are happy, so maybe this question never comes into mind and nobody is asking the question. But what happens if one of the parties is not satisfied with something? If some of the parties have been in violation of the promised duties? Then also it comes with a quite challenging and difficult task for practitioners of and apply those practitioners of law to decide which will be applicable law, in which country's court we have to go to find for a justice. So, and therefore also these international law principles are very important, that those this is the only way actually how to approach and how to address these multinational level transactions. A third big block, which I would like to mention, all relates to AML, so anti-money laundering policies, and also everything what relates to those principles of know your customer, know your business, and also know your transactions. Since a lot of the questions are, and a lot of the transactions involve, of course, money transactions. So it is important for the project's planning to provide services related to tokenization of assets, using as a mean for fundraising investments. It is very important also to follow these international rules, which set up the principles, how to ensure that money transactions are in accordance with all these rules of anti-money laundering. Next block, which I would like to mention also, is data protection. So everything what relates to the users, either those are individuals or also entity. So a lot of data is exchanged, especially again mentioning that proprietary rights are very sensitive, and if the data exchange is involved, also high level of the privacy and data protection has to be observed. Intellectual property rights, specifically if we talk of different kind of tokenization, for example, tokenization of art objects, then it's very important, or tokenization of literacy, or tokenization or some other objects which involve intellectual property as well. So it's very important also how to protect and defend the rights of the authors and creators. So yes, as I mentioned only, so taking consideration limited time, so but at the same time trying to not be too legal, I would like to I wanted just to point out these blocks which are very important once we consider tokenization of any kind of asset. So at the same time also wanted to mention few of the good case studies already for tokenization. There are plenty of them, but I think, so one of the, which I was studying and following, was related to airline Bangkok Airways, which in 2022 also used the tokenization as a way how to transform the debt of the company, by selling 150 million US dollars in debt as a securities as fungible and tradable ERC20 tokens of Ethereum blockchain. And this is one of the good case studies actually mentioned right now and evaluated also from other projects which are considering also using a tokenization of as one of the debt structuring methodology as well. So I think that's from my side, from the legal perspective in tokenization, that's all that I wanted to mention those blocks. However, we can go in details as well. So I'm happy to answer the questions you might have. And again, thank you for this great opportunity also to be part of this webinar and share my thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Beba. Thank you for your comprehensive presentation on your regulation essentials. Your insights into the legal frameworks governing tokenization were invaluable. Thank you for your insightful contribution.
Thank you so much, speakers. Thank you so much, speakers, for your the enlightened presentation and the knowledge you have gave to all our present over here. So now the time is for question answer session. So like I got some questions here for our speakers. So let's go with that and see what kind of queries they are. So the first question is for like Justina. So it's like they are saying, considering the interaction of tokenization and emerging technologies like AI, ML, can you envision how these technologies could collaborate to create a truly personalized learning experience for students?
Of course, thank you for this question. Let's imagine, we don't have to imagine. Whoever asked the question, you know yourself, and you know that your teacher will know you only after many months of, or sometimes years of interaction with you, and you don't have time for this interaction. With AI, if you insert enough information from yourself, your teachers, and your colleagues into the system, AI will help, and AI will, and also machine learning will help to design the exact way how the information should be provided to you, for you. And here we have two main issues. First, how your brain is working. The chemistry of your brain allows you to receive information, learn in a different way, depending on dopamine system and so on, other hormones and neurochemicals in your brain. So first, we could, based on the AI, we could measure your brain and your specifics of your brain. And the second thing is the level of other skills, different skills that you acquired, that you had acquired already. And some of them are really small, some of them are really different and unusual for a person on your post on your university, at the university that you are right now conducting your studies. So if you take all these issues together, and if we take all the issues, all the details together, AI would provide the exact, very detailed report, and proposes the exact design of the skill upskill that you should have, and the program that you should have, and it will also give you the time frame, and will also give you a feedback of the on your achievements. So let's say that you have a 6 months program that is designed by AI, and every month you have a test, and depending on what you acquired outside of the design system as well. So for example, something was really interesting for you, so you went through the course, for example, on YouTube, and you were able to acquire some knowledge. So putting this into the system as well will give AI another piece of information about you. So it will be ongoing system of creation, a completely new experience for you, and also set of information, set of skills that you should have and you should acquire. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you so much. Yeah, your answer was very much insightful. So thank you so much for your answer. So now moving to another question, we have another question, but because as we can see, the corporate and businesses, it's emerging all over the globe. So people are asking questions mostly related to businesses. So this question is for anyone of speaker can answer this question. So the question is like, from a legal standpoint, what are the key considerations for businesses looking to tokenize assets? How can they ensure compliances with securities, regulations, and consumer protection laws?
Who's replying?
Yeah, they made a open one, I guess.
Yes, it's to everyone. Anyone can. If Baiba ma'am can answer the question, then that would be great, because it's like most related to legal compliance.
No, I can. I'm a lawyer too, so I can do it. Like right now with in our system, our corporate systems, the revolution of the legal approach into legal systems is very visible. So preparation of the corporation for tokenization is right now we can see it through the implementation of, for example, Bitcoin, like all the electronic, or like thinking of the electronic money and the digital money, digital assets. We're at the very early stage, and compliance is not like, we don't have any rules of compliance right now that are being like a set of rules for corporations. So we will have to work on it. And what I see right now, even through the team building and also conferences that are being held this year and next year as well, that this issue is being approached in a very serious way. But one thing that we need to take into consideration in this issue is that it's not only up to the company, but it's also in a lot of cases up to the state. So we will be seeing like the for smaller companies, we'll be seeing the approach towards the system in the country, but in the with the multinational companies, we'll be seeing a much more complex situation. Because as I said during my presentation, for example, in Europe, our European Union system is much more strict, and the compliance, even with the banking system, for example, right now, the compliance is much more cautious. And in US, for example, it's very much different. So if you want to reply to this question also from your own countries, like India, how is India approaching this situation, this challenge? That would be very much appreciated, because what I see, we have huge conversation between US and also Japan as well. So Japan is now emerging with this information, with this issue as well. We will have to also face the situation right now with countries like China and the security system, Russia, obviously. So it's a huge challenge.
Thanks for your answer. So let's see if there are any other questions.
Yeah, one of our attendees would like to ask you a question. So I believe it is Mosikiran. So please post your question.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, all. I want to ask my question to Jude, sir. I am Moshi Kiran from Shimanakala Nagari Engineering College. Sir. My question is, what role do blockchain and digital tokens play in ensuring the verifiability, transparency, and transferability of education credentials?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for that question. If I understand you, you're asking what role does blockchain play in verification and validation of skill set? Yeah, okay. Like during my presentation, I was talking about the skill set. Let me do some analysis here. Let's say you're a graphic designer, okay? Uh, Now, I also had on the FABC CTO that they're working on projects, maybe solutions, whereby people's skill set can actually be tokenized, okay? And from my presentation, I cited some example of projects. I think I mentioned Bit Degree and Windows and South, most projects already are working on skills tokenization, okay? Yeah, so this, like, as you guys know, the blockchain is a system that is open and verifiable. Okay, once things are recorded there, it cannot actually be changed or tampered with. Okay, so let's assume that FABC have a solution whereby the student on this platform, I'm seeing around 81 people here now. The student on this platform, you use the product by appending your skill sets, with the product. So it means that before, at the point of trying to put your skill set on the product, or maybe on the platform that FABC provided for you guys, at the point of trying to register it, the blockchain works in a way that it will validate whether what you are trying to do, what you're trying to put there is true or not. Once it's validated and is approved, it's now recorded permanently and it cannot be changed. Okay. So it means that your skill set is already, and anybody anywhere around the world can actually see it. Okay. So I hope that answers your question. Once it's recorded and validated, it cannot be changed, cannot be tampered with. Okay. So for now, it's just like having a system, having a product, going there to put in your details. I think it also lies with the people that own the products, to make sure that there is a system being put in place to checkmate that the information that individual, the candidate, the skill set people are putting are actually authentic and not being faked. Okay, because blockchain will validate and record whatever you recorded and put on it. And once it's done, it cannot be changed. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jude. So yeah, we have another participant. I hope that's Henna. Henna, please go on and ask your question.
Hello, I'm Henna from Sri Manakula Vinayagar Engineering College. My question is to Anup sir. How do you think blockchain will help me as a biotech student?
All right. So I mean, if you are, there are various different streams. Actually, it purely depends upon your area of interest. So on a general standpoint, so if you would like to participate into, if you would like to move mainstream into product engineering, then there are a lot of bioengineering projects which actually require tamper-proof storage of data, and there are multiple industry use cases that people are currently working on. And also, if you would like to move on to the management side, also understanding the technology helps in providing consultations to various different institutions and enterprises So ideally, if you are a biotech engineer, like from the technical standpoint, I would suggest that you can learn how the system works, what are the fundamentals of blockchain, and you can enter into the product engineering division. As I see that already with your internships, and maybe if you're towards your final year, you would have already worked on some live demonstrations and projects with regards to biotech. So yes, it's something which is career oriented. So I think that's all is something which I have to say here with respect to the question asked. I hope I was able to be of some help to the question raised.
Thank you, Anup.
So, yeah, so Justina, do you think is there any space from the corporate point of view for the bio engineering specialist? What kind of career prospect is there in the Web3 space, since you deal with a lot of corporates?
That if we ask questions that are very industry specific, I don't see any issues and any differences between between industries, but in the precise technology, corporations, we see that the trends, the innovation trends are being in a much bigger and quicker way to on the way to be involved in the whole process of production of the whole institution. Like we have the client who is a huge a pharmaceutical company, and they have been working with the technology, with Web3 technologies for a few years already, and they're testing a lot of new emerging technologies inside the company, even though it's not like for the whole company, but they have projects. They already have projects, and they're and they pay a lot of money for it. So I think that in this particular technology, in this particular industry, the system, or like the Web3 and the tokenization will be much quicker and maybe not even the whole system, but for the projects will be much quicker visible. Yeah, I think that's by right now, and until now we see in the system that this is one of the industry that is most likely to be to approach it with open arms. Yeah.
Okay. No, very specific to, since Anup worked very closely on the right from the genetic part of skill, that is right from the CV to look, or like to look from the mark angle, marks, which is the academic score, then the CV, which is your work credentials, and then look forward. So to answer her, the area we go much more deeper. Is there a way, because she comes from that discipline as a biotech engineering? From the genetic print itself, which starts with the skill to start tokenizing journey.
Yes, that's true. Also, in one of my recent visits to one of the well-known universities also, we had observed that there were some very important live projects provided to biotech engineers, such as certain projects were AR, VR related and metaverse related projects as well, where DNA 3D modeling and enhancement, along with patient management, and also research paperwork. All of these aspects being done, and also the patent of these research work, which was being done from the university standpoint, since it was being sponsored by the university and being provisioned by the students. So that was also something where blockchain's understanding was required, because filing a patent with a proof, with a track record and a proof record of all the research work, the deliverables, and the achievements done on the product standpoint and also on the research standpoint, I think there Web3 was playing a very crucial part in it itself. So I think there are various different specializations. It purely depends upon the industry needs and the enterprises needs, and also the problem statement that you will be working on. Um, uh, yes, I think we were able to give you some insights on the same. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So actually, sir, you have another question. This question is for you from Sujat Mirza, our partner. So the question says like how we can hyper adoption upskilling of Web3 AI ML for our employees and for the senior sales managers. So what's your thought on it, sir?
Is this for whom?
This is for Anup.
Anup, yeah.
Because it should be answered by.
Okay, so it's for me. Hello, Shujat. Pleasure to have you on the meeting here. So, yes, uh, the mass way to actually help the adoption of the language would, as always mentioned, uh, practical learnings help more than theoretical learnings, and especially with a business need. Obviously, while the organization wants to upskill, wants the team or the core employees to upskill with certain technologies, there would be certain demands as well. So first thing would be to learn the fundamentals. So obviously they'll have some theoretical learning to make use of. This, if done through a hybrid model, would be or through an online model, is the most suitable one as of current trend. As you can see, people are learning every day. On a certain percentage, or as you say, in their own pace, and regularly running assessments. So within our platform we do the same. We run a pre-skill assessment for the individual to be able to self-assess their knowledge uh, currently with that particular technology, and upon successful completion of each and every module, there is a certain skill assessment which is done, and upon completion of the entire learning, there is an assessment done, and post which, if people are able to work on some real use cases and understand how to make use of this technology, I think that gives immense strength to the organization, because that's where employees can contribute majorly, understanding the business requirements and mapping it with the technologies adequately, Shuja. So I think for mass adoption of these languages, I think the most efficient way would be to give them the access to a portal where they can learn at their own pace, and also ensure that they are able to work on some live requirements at the earliest possible. Practical learnings provide more understanding, and also provide them with more problem statements to solve on a live scenario. So that is how I would see someone learn technology at the fastest pace.
Great. Thank you, Anu. So let's wrap up with this final Q&A question. So this question is also for Anu, but I think this question can be answered by anyone. So let me raise the question. So what are the future scope of blockchain and how it helps for getting placement? So this question is open to everyone. Anyone can answer.
Okay, so there are various divisions, or if you have to categorize them into two different versions, one would be non-technical roles, another one would be technical roles. If you're referring to non-technical roles, you can look at roles such as a CFO, a Chief Financial Officer, and as Justinia herself mentioned, if you are a person, a professional lawyer, Or law enthusiast who is trying to learn the digital regulatory frameworks, it is very crucial for you to understand what is the technology in itself, so that you can provide consultations, handle live problem statements, and also provide solutions to individuals and corporates as well. The third part in non-technical roles would be at an operational level, because settlements to employees and also making global payments, as you can see in today's date, hybrid workforce and also remote workforce has become prominent in our work culture. So how do you make use of settlements on a global level? Multiple corporates who are into the Web3 space have already opted to this mode of payment, where they are making this, crediting the salaries in cryptocurrencies, and they are maintaining a ledger of the same. So the law might be abided based on the currency country from which the skill provider is being scouted from. So here the COO plays a major role. And also another part is the chief marketing officer, or also a marketing executive. So this particular executive has to understand how the blockchain space works, what is the usage of this technology, to be able to provide branding and strategic inputs to the organization, and also being a strategic advisor at this role. And the other part would be, the non-technical roles are such as business development managers, who understand the product of a certain organization or the service which is being offered by the organization, and map it as a solution to the end client. So understanding the technology is very crucial for you to provide insights on how to actually map it to the corporate or the individual clients whom you may be meeting. And there are certain roles such as community managers, who play a very crucial role in holding back the entire community, engaging the community, and also ensuring that the community's concerns and also interests and feedbacks for a certain product are addressed and also consumed by the organization. Another one, as I see most prominently, which is very much trending in the crypto space, is a token launch specialist. So ideally, an individual who knows how to reach out to exchanges and list a token, who can strategically provide insights on how an organization should allocate shares or token valuation to their employees, to their tech team, to their advisors, to their boards, etc. All these kind of strategic inputs, and also understanding which are the clients who need these kind of inputs, is something the role of a token launch specialist plays. And when it comes to the technical standpoint, there are various different roles, such as a blockchain architect, who designs the framework of how an entire blockchain would work. And there are solidity engineers who understand the business need of a certain product, and they design the component or the solidity framework, the code base, in such a manner. And there are full stack application developers who understand how to integrate blockchain into the system, such as it may be a payment gateway, it might be a currency integration, it might be the conversion for a currency, or even a trading module which has to be integrated into the full stack, the front end and the back end applications. And there are various other developers, such as Rust developers, who Rust is a language which is very common for the Solana blockchain. And of late, there has been a high rise in requirement for Golang developers, and also with the rising need for Ton blockchain and various other networks such as the Near network. Like each and every blockchain has its own technology. So people have to be precise in choosing which network they would like to work on and stay dedicated to the same, so that they master that particular technology and land a good role over there. So these are some of the common roles that you can see, which can be which you can land yourself in.
We cannot, Anup, we cannot forget about HRs, because we know that in our corporations, especially in corporations these days, that the HR plays a huge role, and we still see lack of knowledge on so many new stuff that we'll have to really be really careful. First, introduce some like not very detailed knowledge, but to show them the tokenization of skills, because they provide us, they provide to the people, they provide the whole system of education. So that's going to be a huge challenge, how to convince them to learn about tokenization, about Web3. Uh, AI is over there. I think it's a sexy subject, so they do want to know some more about that. But when it comes to technical issues like tokenization and understanding this, a lot of HR people like hesitate a lot. So that's something that really need to address. The issue will have to be at some very top priority of us.
Yes, very true. Sorry, I got dropped off. My network got dropped off in between. So yes, thanks for filling in.
You are right, HR. So to just summarize these points which both Anup and Jasna said. So we already mapped thousands of job opportunity which is in the market. So we did a skill set ID matching, saying for somebody to learn a blockchain, what are all the jobs which are really trending in the market? So the trending jobs, we skim down the skill set which is required, then map it to a skill ID, which is yourself. When you wanted to learn how close you can become to that skill set ID. So that particular activity and the report is there. Whoever is interested, probably they can ping the organizers to get an access to the real-time job opportunity rather than that eagle perspective. You get a reptile perspective on the ground. What is the skills which are required and what are the job opportunities which are there real time as we speak? And every day five jobs in the market is curated and posted. If you really wanted to catch up the trend, just follow this trend every day in one of the platform. I think even in LinkedIn platform that is there, they just post every day 5 curated job opportunity for somebody who learns blockchain. So that will get you a fair idea. Since you are a student learning, you get to know the trend.
So, thank you for your insightful thoughts. Yeah, last but not least, actually, there's a last question. Can AI shows any impact on blockchain? This question is also open to anyone. Mr. Shakti, would you like to answer this question?
Oh, that I came as a participant. You made me to. Now, obviously, both had its limitation, and hence both complements the best. AI, the AI brings value to the data when large amount of data is looked on it, and they can just brings the value. And what secures the data is blockchain. So both could really complement with each other's weakness or deficiency, I will say. In fact, I written something, a white paper on that, on how this combination is going to make a huge impact. And if you were to look at the whole Web 3.0 stack, the front end front end is AR, VR, which is very immersive customer experience. For machines, it's IoT. The middle layer, which is the logic layer, which is the AI. The backend layer, which is the database layer, is going to be blockchain, which is the distributed layer. If you really wanted to master this new stack of Web 3.0, then these two components are very essential, which is your logic layer and it is your database layer. And if the database is going to assure security to the data, immutability to the records which is in, and the AI which gives value to the data, it's lethal as a combination. If somebody combines these two in terms of their learning, and they can be part of some unique innovation, and they can solve certain problem when they are building some platform or part of some project development. Also a non-technical job, if they understand both how to look at the data from the safety, security, immutability, how to look at the data from the value standpoint. I'm telling you it's a good combination to look at it. So each complements is my perspective.
Thank you, Shakti. That was really insightful. So, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have been waiting for has arrived. It's time to put your knowledge to test with our quiz. Uh, So this is your chance to demonstrate your understanding of the concepts we have discussed throughout the webinar. But before we begin, let me go over a few important details. Before we dive into the quiz, let me guide you on how to access it. We'll be using Slido, a user-friendly platform that allows for interactive engagement. You have two options to join the quiz. Firstly, you can simply scan the QR code displayed on your screen with your smartphone. This will automatically direct you to the Slido page. Alternatively, you can also visit the Slido website directly by typing the code present on the screen. Once there, you'll be prompted to enter the unique quiz. So speed and accuracy are the key to make sure you stay focused and answer to the best of your ability. For each and every questions, there will be 15 seconds. Remember, each question will be displayed on the screen on the limited time to select your answer. So be aware. And now here's the exciting part. We'll be awarding monetary rewards to the top three scorers who demonstrate proficiency in this quiz. The first place winner will receive 25 USD in their MetaMask wallet. The second place will receive 15 USD, and the third place will receive 8 USD. So without further ado, let's dive into the quiz and see who will emerge as top scorers. Best of luck to all the participants. May the minds prevail. So whether you are preferring the QR or typing the URL, let's all get ready to embark on this exciting quiz together. Best of luck.
So how many students are there? It looks some 80 numbers are. All right. All the
Yes, sir.
best.
So far, Hemant remains top in the leaderboard. Good.
Okay, so you'll announce the result here itself?
Yes, sir. Live
All right,
at the
cool.
webinar.
Cool. So we'll be guessing who wins.
Waiting for it.
Yeah, now I think we could see the live.
All right, we are getting new leaders on the leaderboard. Good. Since the webinar is too quiet, I think let me start reading the questions. So, what is one implication of tokenization for the education sector? You got 25 seconds. Perfect. How does tokenization enhance security in transaction? "56 have got right. Good. So the next question, which of the following is not a potential application of tokenization in the corporate sector? Three, two, one. Yep. Great. Most of them had got their answers right. Good. So role does tokenization play in ensuring data integrity? All right. Let's see. Yeah. Option C is right. Good. 14th question. So how does tokenization impact the financial inclusion of unbanked populations? Okay. Now most of them are getting their answers right. Good. And the leaderboard remains same. Let's see who wins at the last. Okay. So 15th question. So what is one advantage of tokenization for investors? Perfect. 16th question. So 4 more questions to complete. How does tokenization contribute to reducing transaction cost? Option B. People, please be fast. The top 3 remains the same. Come on. So 17th question. What role does education play in fostering innovation in tokenization? Okay. Most of them answered in option A. Okay. How does tokenization impact data privacy and security in the digital age? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep. Cool. 85% answer there, right? Okay. And this time Hemant comes up again. Okay. Last before question. So how does tokenization impact the concept of ownership? Nice. Okay. So here is the last question. What is one challenge associated with the regulatory framework? Oh, okay. Okay, I think the last question is closed. So let's announce the top 3. The first one would be Hemant, who answered 17 out of 19 in 3 minutes 48 seconds. Cool. And second would be Marshall, who answered 16 out of 19 in 3 minutes 33 seconds. Congratulations. And third would be Bhavana from, who answered 16 out of 19, who took 4 minutes 34 seconds. Congratulations, guys. So uh, we didn't expect that we would get such response. We were really happy, and thank you for your participation. Oh, so let me share you the feedback form. You can find it in a Q&A box. So kindly fill it out, attendees.
Thank you so much, Vishali. Like we have been done with all the things that we were focused on. So we got some winners also. So very congratulations to all of them. And also now we will share the feedback form, and you will have to give the feedback about the webinar and what are the different improvements that we can enhance in the future. And also there are some people for the certificates. We have added you to the webinar WhatsApp webinar channel. So some of people we were not able to add, but we have sent the invitation to those people. So please join that webinar community channel so that the issuance of the certificates will be done through that channel itself. So you need to be in there in order to remain updated
regarding the post webinar things. So
you can remain updated through that channel. So thank you so much for bearing with us and having such a wonderful webinar and giving so much great insights about different topics that we have mentioned here, because this is the trending topic all over the world, all over the globe, because this is a new to a lot of the people, but not that much new. So thank you so much all speakers for your valuable time. So I will give over to Shalini, and Vishali, she will summarize finally.
Okay, thank you, Muktar. So regarding the winners, for the first place, Hemant, you will be receiving $25 in your MetaMask wallet, as said. And the second place, Marshall, you will be receiving 15 USD. And third, Bhavana, 8 USD. They will contact you through our email. So you will have to fill in your wallet addresses and your details. And yeah, so we have come to the end of the session. I would like to express our gratitude to our speakers and to each of you joining for us today. The future of tokenization, skill tokenization is promising, and we hope you live with valuable insights. Stay tuned for more updates from FAPSI. Before we wrap up, don't forget to explore our early bird opportunities in our portal, fapsi.global. And we appreciate your time and look forward to connecting with you in future events. Thank you. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you. Thanks, Jasna. Thanks, Anupro. Thank you, Jude. Thank you, all the student community who joined. Yes.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone, as
Yeah, thank
well
you.
from my side. Thanks, Justinia, Jude, and Shakti, Mukhtar, and Vishali. Good job. So, yeah, I look forward to connecting with the community again. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Bisakan. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. People who are still at the meeting, please fill in your feedback form. We have received only few responses. It would help us give you a certificate as well. Kindly fill in your form. Thank you.